Welcome back to another episode of the free-to-play account, one of the best free-to-play accounts on YouTube. So, without further ado, in this episode, we are going to be talking about the brand new Halloween units that just got released for Dokkan. So, the units we're going to be talking about in today's episode is going to be Candy Vegito, obviously, fan favorite right there. We're going to be talking about Gotenks and his Ghost, very good unit right there. We're also going to be talking about Kid Trunks when he is in his Great Saiyan Man. The next character we're going to be talking about is going to be Pan and Grandpa Gohan. Next character is going to be Hacchan, I believe, and Android 17. And the brand new character added, Dabura. It's Dabura, brand new unit that got added. So, you know which characters we're going to be talking about in this week's episode, so let's just get into the first one. The first character we're going to be talking about is going to be a fan favorite. It's going to be Candy Vegito. Well, it is my favorite. I don't know if it's a fan favorite, but it's definitely my favorite. It obviously, you can get this in the Majin Buu Candy Mischief event. It's in the story event right now, so make sure to get that. What can I say about this Candy Vegito? It's one of my favorite, definitely one of my favorite ones out there. Not the best one, but it is one of my favorite because obviously Candy Vegito. A suggestion rating is going to be an 8 out of 10. Obviously, this is before the EZA. I don't have any of the EZAs, so sadly, that's probably going to be next week's episode. But for this week, no EZA, so we're going to talk about these no EZAs. So, leader skill is going to be attack and defense plus 10% per key orb. It's a weird leader skill because it doesn't start you with key, and it basically makes you get your own attack and defense. So I don't know how I like about that, but again, that's before EZA, so we don't really have to worry about it. Super attack is going to raise attack and defense, so very, very good, and it does have a chance of stunning the enemy. Passive skill is going to be great chance of evading super attacks and regular attacks, which is pretty good, and disables the enemy's guard, which could be pretty handy in most events. Attack and defense plus 10 per tech key obtained, or defense plus 10 for a non-tech key obtained. So if you're getting a tech key, you're getting the attack and defense. However, if you don't get a tech key, if it's just any key, you'll be getting 10% from defense, and that's actually very, very good. So even without the EZA, this sounds like a pretty good unit nonetheless. Links are pretty average, more than meets the eye, shocking speed over the flash, bestowed power by the god, infighters, supreme power, shattering the limits. So pretty standard ones for Vegito. And the categories, obviously Majin Buu Saga, Porta, Final Trump Card, Battle of Wits, and Fused Fighters. So I actually didn't rainbow this guy that's because I ran out of orbs, but this is definitely someone I would rainbow. So if you do rainbow this guy, make sure to do a full additional. There's no reason to dodge. I know some of you might be saying, but he dodges himself. You do not need to put dodge. So if you put some additional on him, you'd be good. I didn't do it, but when I do get some orbs, I will be doing it. So 8 out of 10, one of my favorite units. On to the next one. The next character we have is going to be Super Saiyan Gotenks and Ghost. So obviously you can find this one in the story events as well underneath the events Ghosty Pranks. This one is also an 8 out of 10. However, I thought about bringing it down just because the grind is super hard. I believe it was this one that didn't have a bonus, and it would never drop for me. This Gotenks would never drop for me, so it's going to be a long grind. However, it's probably worth it. It's also a very good unit even before the EZA. Let's talk about this unit a little bit. So if you do decide to rainbow this guy, do so. I actually would have rainbowed everyone if I had enough orbs because they're all just very good even before the EZAs. So let's talk about this guy a little bit. Leader skill is going to be fusions, category plus 3 key, and the attack, defense, and HP 50%. You don't see HP nowadays, so that's very good, very good. Super attack is going to raise attack and defense for 1 turn, causing a supreme damage to a high chance of stunning the enemy as well. So if you see this guy, put him on additional. If you get him, you're going to rainbow him, put him on additional, obviously for the stun and for the raising of attack and defense. Passive for this guy is actually weird, but like it's very helpful. So he randomly changes key orbs to the rainbow key, which is pretty good. If you find a unit like that, it's a pretty good unit. He recovers 7,777 HP plus an additional attack and defense plus 30% per rainbow key. So he turns them into rainbow keys, and he does a lot with those rainbow keys. So if you have this unit, make sure to put all of it on the rainbow keys if you do have some. And obviously, if it recovers HP with candy. I don't know what that means. I'm pretty sure it means like the events that have candy in them. Like if you're fighting Buu, there'll be events. So if you get that with him, you'd recover some HP. So links, again, it's the same thing. Mostly when you come with a bunch of Gotenks characters, you're going to get Golden Warriors, Super Saiyan, Prepare for Battle, the Innocents, Fused Fighters, the Saiyan Lineage, and Shattering the Limits. So nothing like that pops out, but still pretty good links nonetheless. Category is going to be Fusions, Hybrid Saiyans, Joint Forces, Youth, Super Saiyans, Special Pose, Gifted Warriors, Time Limit, and Fused Fighters. So it is a couple good ones like Special Pose if you need a team with Special Poses. Obviously a Hybrid Saiyan makes it even better. Fused Fighters if you have a Fused Fighter team. So honestly, the character is actually pretty good. He's an 8 out of 10. It's a real long grind. However, I say it's worth it. So let's get into the next one. The next character we're going to be talking about is going to be this Kid Trunks or the Great Saiyaman Trunks. This one you can find underneath the story event Fortune Teller or SOS to the Fortune Teller. So I actually don't know where this is from. I don't know if it's from a movie or the TV show or Z. Maybe I don't watch enough Dragon Ball, but character is actually decent before his EZA. He's not as good as the other ones we're going to talk about. I still give him 8 out of 10 just because there is a bunch of a potential with that EZA, and he is pretty decent for his category. So let's talk about him a little more. His leader skill is going to be youth category, key +3 and HP attack and defense +50%. So pretty good. Same thing as the Gotenks we were talking about earlier. Super attack is going to be raised defense. So of course, you know me, I love raising up defense. So if you get this guy, if you decide to rainbow him like I did, make sure to put him some additional and you will be set. Passive skill is going to be attack and defense 70%, so pretty good, plus an additional attack 7% up to 70% and a chance to perform a critical 7% up to 49% with each super attack, which each attack perform, I'm sorry, not a super attack, any attack. So any attack you get with him, you're going to be raising attack and critical hit 7%. Is exactly why you want to put additional on this guy. This guy could hit hard if you get him rolling a lot. Launches an additional attack 3 or more key spears. So of course, if you get 3 or more key spears, boom, there goes another attack, raises up by 7%. Pretty good. And he also launches an additional attack with 5 more key spears. If you get that 3 key spear and the 5 key spears, you're doing 2 more, boom, 17% on attack and critical hit. And just like the other characters, this guy is going to recover HP with candy. So very good. Obviously, his EZA is going to make him better. But even now, pretty good unit, especially since he raises attack and passive is pretty good. The Link skills, different. It's not like a normal Trunks. It's more of like a in-between of a Great Saiyaman or a Trunks. Let's talk about him. Link skills are going to be the Innocence, of course, Royal Lineage. However, it gets a little different here. Budding Warriors, Money, Hero of Justice, Courage, and of course, Shattering the Limits. So you're going to get 4 links that usually goes with a Great Saiyaman. So if you have this guy, boom, Great Saiyaman 1 and 2, you're looking pretty good. Categories is what you expect: Hybrid Saiyans, Vegito's family, Youth, Gifted Warriors, Defender of Justice, of course because of the Great Saiyaman, Bond of Friendship, and Bond of Parent and Child. So very good categories. What can I say about this guy? As well, he's just pretty good. So 8 out of 10. Most of them say 8 out of 10 except like the final 2, which we'll get into. So very good. You know, all of these characters are very good even before the EZAs. And let's get into the next one. And the next character up to bat is going to be Grandpa Gohan and Pan. This character is actually decent. However, there isn't a lot to do, especially since you get joined forces characters and they don't share a lot of categories or links, and it gets all wild. So this one's a little less than the other ones, but still a very good unit nonetheless. So let's start from the beginning. Leader skill is going to be Kamehameha category, +3 key attack, defense, and attack 50%, just like the others. Super attack is going to raise defense for 1 turn. However, it's not going to be raising defense all the time. However, for 1 turn, it's pretty good. So if you put additional on this person, boom, you are going to look good with defense. Of course, I did not rainbow this character, not because I didn't want to, I just didn't have enough orbs for it. So if you decide to, go ahead. I haven't, but I will be doing so eventually. The passive skill for Grandpa Gohan and Pan is going to be attack +80% when performing a super attack and a great chance of an additional attack 80%. Defense 20% with each super attack performed up to 80%. So you're maybe looking at another 80% on defense if you get some good super attacks. Key +2 plus an additional attack and defense 40% when there is another Goku's family in rotation with you. So if you have 2 Goku's family, you're looking at +4 key and 80% attack and defense, which could actually be pretty good based on the event and what team you decide to bring. Category allies, attacking the same turn. Yep, and just like the other ones, this guy and gal, because there's 2 of them, they're both male and female, covers HP with candy, my bad. Link skill and categories, again, when you have joined forces and not really like the same person, it gets kind of weird. So Link skill is going to be Kamehameha on the family, Courage, Solid Support, Cold Judgment, and Shattering the Limits. There's nothing pretty good there. I mean, maybe Cold Judgment, but Cold Judgment's not linking with anyone that you put on this team with, so it's looking not the best. Okay, and then up next is going to be the categories. Joined forces, like I said, joined forces is just horrible, but it is what it is. Goku's family could be pretty good. Kamehameha is pretty good. Bond of Parent and Child, pretty good. However, you're not getting anything besides that. A total about 4 categories, not good. However, the categories that they are in are pretty good, like Kamehameha, Goku's family. I recommend getting this one, very good. However, this would be later. I wouldn't recommend getting this person straight off the bat. If you're still using stamina to get a Candy Vegito or Gotenks, this unit's gonna be later down the road. So yeah, but still pretty good nonetheless. Let's get into the next one. Now this was the character I was waiting for. I was waiting for this character, probably one of the best characters we have right now, even before the EZA. This character is one of my favorite because, well, we'll get into why, but 10 out of 10. I don't give a lot of 10 out of 10s, especially before an EZA. However, boom, 10 out of 10. So if you want to know who you're getting, who to get first, Hacchan and Android 17. They are going to be pretty good. So let's talk about them real quick. Androids, leader skill is going to be Androids category +3 attack, defense, and HP 50%, just like all the others. Super attack, I'm a person who likes raising of defense. However, this unit's going to be raising attack for 1 turn, but it does have a medium chance to stun. And you don't even need to worry about defense when you have this unit, and we'll talk about that in the passive. So I'm gonna let it slide just because it doesn't raise defense, but it does stun and it does guard. So let's get into the passive. The passive for this unit is going to be attack and defense plus 80%, plus an additional 80% attack chance performing a critical attack 17%. Once you get an additional, you will be getting that 80% attack and the 17% to crit. And this is what makes this unit pretty good. It reduces damage received by 17% when HP is 80% or less, guards all attack for 8 turns from the start of turn. So boom, when you have a character that guards guaranteed, this is guards all attack, not guards a chance to guard. Guards all attack for the beginning 8 turns is just amazing for a free-to-play unit. Plus an additional attack and defense plus 80% after 8 turns. So even when you don't have the damage reduction after the 8 turns, boom, another 80% attack and defense, which is pretty good. And of course, you do get the whole HP recovery with candy, but that guard is super good, and that's even before the EZA. Obviously, after EZA, it's still going to be 8 turns because it'd be a little too OP. But 8 turns of guarding is amazing, especially for a free-to-play unit. There isn't a lot of categories or links, so maybe that's why they made them so good. So that's probably why. Link skills, we're looking at Android Assault, Infighters, Tough as Cold Judgment, Solid Sword, Courage, Shattering the Limit. And then this is the sad part, categories. So it only has 2 categories. Such a good unit only has 2 categories. Androids, which makes sense. They're both androids. And Joint Force. I'm really disappointed that it's not anything else because such a good unit is worthless if you put them in 2 categories and give them some really bad links. But either way, 8 turns of guarding, just amazing. 10 out of 10. I know I might be believing in the guard a little too much, but that's just the meta, you know. The meta is defense, guarding, all about that stuff. So 10 out of 10. If you want to get a unit first and you don't know which one to get, boom, get this one. You won't be disappointed. I did rainbow mine, maybe you should rainbow yours too. So let's get into the last unit of the episode. The last unit we're going to be talking about is going to be the Angel Dabura. This is a unit that just came out this year with the Halloween updates. Every Halloween we always get a new unit, and this is the unit we decided to get this year, and I can tell you right now it's horrible. It's bad. As you can see, suggestion rating is a 5 out of 10 just because it gives you every single medal, awakening medal. So only reason it has up to a 5. In other words, I'd stay away from it. You have so many characters to grind if you don't have them all. Go get those characters. They're so much better. They're much funner. They have EZAs. Don't even waste your time with this Dabura. It is awful. You know, we're still gonna have to talk about it because I also got him. So we're gonna have the leader skill is going to be otherworldly warriors plus 3 on a key, attack, defense, and HP 50%, just like everyone else. First of all, this is probably one of the reasons. Raises attack for 1 turn. A lot of other characters had raising attack, however, they also came with stunning. This one does not come with stunning or anything, not even raises defense, just attack. So it's already off to a bad start. However, if you do have an ally who includes the name Hacchan, you do get a super unit attack, a unit super attack, which is going to do raises attack and defense for 1 turn. So if you do have a Hacchan, you want to bring this guy over with any otherworld warriors team, it could be pretty good with the defense. However, I don't know, it's tough, you know. Passive skill is going to be attack and defense plus 140% plus an additional attack and defense plus 80 per super class ally. That also doesn't make sense. I don't know why this unit's a super class. Anything, it needs to help out the extreme class, but I won't even talk about that. Plus 2 key, plus an attack and defense 30%, plus an additional defense of 104 when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down. That's another thing I do not like about this unit, especially with events nowadays. They don't let you put attack down or defense down on your opponent, and it just becomes useless at that point. It's like, well, why? Most events don't let you do it, so what's the point? Plus an additional attack 104% when the target enemy is attack down, defense down. Again, same thing. What's the point if most of the events doesn't let me attack down or defense down, right? Plus, of course, you do get the recovers HP with Handy. This is why I just hate this unit. If it was maybe a couple years ago, it'd be pretty good. However, it's a super class, doesn't really make sense. You do have the whole status down with the attack down, defense down. You'll never run into that unless you're running an old stage. In that case, you probably have a bunch of other units that would probably beat it. Obviously, we're talking about this before the EZA. I don't know if it will get an EZA this year, maybe next year. However, before the EZA, it's just not worth it. You can have them, it's pretty cool for collection, but other words, there's no reason. Maybe once he gets an EZA, I'll be eating my words. However, it's just bad right now. So let's talk about these Link's categories and let's get out of here. Link's skill is going to be the Innocence, more than meets the eye. Gentleman, I haven't seen that one before. Solid Support, Master of Magic. Haven't seen that one either, to be fair. Overworldly Warriors, of course, Shattering the Limit. And the categories are only 3. Majin Buu Saga, Siblings Bond, and Overworld Warriors. So I don't know, categories, you probably never run this unit on a Majin Buu team, right? You would never run it. You probably run it on Otherworldly Warriors with Pycon, but other than that, and the same thing with the Siblings Bond. Just 3 categories, not enough. Unit's pretty outdated. We know it just came out. The whole unit super attack is cool. However, what's the point? Of course, maybe when it's EZA, it'll get a lot better, but as of now, it's just not any good. So let's get into the outro. Well, that's gonna be the end of the episode. Hopefully you guys did enjoy it. Obviously, I did not get to get the EZAs. The event just came out on Wednesday, so to get all the characters, barely had enough time to do that. Now I have to do the EZAs. It's not going pretty easy. I had to do it for different teams. I had to like strategize it, so it's not looking pretty good. But as of that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment. That does support a lot, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.